Good evening. Good evening, Facebook and Facebook Livers. So I'm Hayley, I'm here for Parallel Coaching. I'm just going to hold on for a few minutes and just see who's going to join us for this evening. So I hope you've all had a lovely day. Today's Facebook Live and YouTube Live, so we're on two at the same time, but today's is all about principles of exercise, fitness and health exam in particular, and how do you prepare for that, how do you get ready for it. I've got some really awesome tips I want to share with you and something really special as well, and if you are on our email list you'll know that already. But before I go into all of that, just say hi, let me know that you're here and watching. That'd be really great. Maybe a couple of little thumbs up just so that I know that you can hear and you can see me okay. I had some wonderful issues with my headphones earlier today, so I hope you can hear me all right. Just let me know, and we can get started once we've got a few more of you joining me. But whilst I'm waiting for a few more, let me know how your day's going. What have you been up to? Any particular revision going on, or if you're doing any studying or working with clients, let me know. Be good to hear from you. And actually, looking at the camera on here, this is the only problem with doing Facebook Live, isn't it? You look on the camera and you realise, actually, caught the sun a little bit today. These red cheeks. So definitely been out sunbathing today. So pop a little comment. Let me know you're doing well. Say hello. It'd be awesome to hear from you. And we'll get started in a couple of minutes or so. I've had a couple of particular questions come in over email recently. So what I'll do is I'll definitely kick off by answering some of those in particular. And I know that some of you, although you can't watch directly tonight for the Facebook Live, you may well probably watch the recording, which is also good. And obviously we've got a load of you over here on YouTube as well. So depending on which platform you are working with us today or watching with it on today, then yeah, you will obviously get all of the content that I go through, but it's always good to hear from you on both. So pop that in. So there's a few of you joining us, which is always lovely. Okay, so today I'm talking about level 2 principles of exercise, fitness and health. So this one has been asked for, I don't know how many times, but over the last few months in particular, we got asked a lot about the principles of exercise, fitness and health module. And that's because we definitely specialize in anatomy and physiology, but we've also got the level 3 nutrition. And really what we specialize in is being able to help you and prepare you for your revision and prepare you for your exam. So lots of people working with us and they're really asking for the principles, and the good news is that launched. So we now have a live level 2 principles of exercise, fitness and health, which is really awesome. And I'm gonna let you into a little discount that we've got on at the moment as well, so I'm going to pop that in the comments later and talk you through what the principles of exercise, fitness and health package of revision mastery is all about. But before I do that, I wanted to really go into good detail with you about a couple of key areas for your level 2 principles of exercise, fitness and health exam. God, they do make it a bit long, don't they, in terms of title? Principles of exercise, fitness and health, but the principles exam for level 2. And I know that there are a few of you watching and I've spoken to on email that in particular were sort of saying, well, although you're doing a level 3 Pilates and yoga, you still have to do your level 2 principles of exercise, fitness and health. So I know that it's not just about doing your sort of doing the side of it just for fitness in a gym environment. It's also fitness in a class environment as well for things like Pilates and yoga. So the information I'm going to share with you is actually really important for everybody, and sometimes those that are more used to a studio environment aren't aware of some of the real key components for exercise, fitness, and health. So there are some really key components that you need to know ready for your exam. And the reason why I highlight this one today is because it's a particular area that people generally think is going to be fairly straightforward, and it is, to be honest. Like, it's one of the first items that you go through when you're revising for your exam, but there's such a little list to go through, it can be easy to get confused on things. And that's generally where people slip up. They get their skill-related fitness mixed up with a health-related fitness. So that's what I'm going to go through the difference of. So skill-related fitness versus health-related fitness. Sound like a plan? If you're there with me, give me some little likes or a little comment just so I know you're here. How's your day been? Pop a little comment in. So I had an email through earlier today and they said, sorry I can't make it, but see it as a virtual thumbs up. So I like that. That's fantastic. But pop a couple on there so I know that you're here with me. That would be really, really great. In relation to these principles of exercise, fitness and health and the components of fitness, I want to share with you a couple in particular. Now, the couple that I want to share with you are the difference between health-related fitness and skill-related fitness. Now, health-related fitness and skill-related fitness are categorically different, even though they make up what we know as physical fitness. So you have a thing that is physical fitness, okay? That's probably what our client's goal is. It's most of what we're training our clients to achieve. But that physical fitness is broken down again into both skill-related and health-related. Now, need to know these differences. Health-related is usually the 5 components that you're more likely to know of from a client programming point of view. So these are your health-related ones. So we've got the obvious ones like cardiovascular, and then we've got muscular strength, muscular endurance. Notice these are separate, and then flexibility and body composition. These make up the 5 key components of health-related fitness. So when you're looking at and sort of revising through these, you definitely need to know that these 5 fall underneath health-related fitness. And if you aren't really sure about that, or you're not sure where they fit in, then it's really understanding that each of these have specific physiological benefits for our body. So our body, they have specific benefits. So we want to be aiming to get our clients to do all 5 or consider all 5 of these components. Now, the area that people get mixed up on, bottom 2. Every single time. Usually cardiovascular, muscular strength, muscular endurance, people know because either they do it themselves in the gym or they are familiar with that from a programming point of view. Oh, it's CV or it's weights. Okay? But flexibility, really important part. And the reason why most people get this mixed up is because they think it comes under skill related, but flexibility isn't a skill. It's trainable in terms of your muscles. It's a component within your muscles, just the same as with muscular strength and endurance. It's about the range of movement that you have rather than about the actual sort of strength of the muscle, for example. And it's not about the skill. It's not about the connection between your brain and your muscle, i.e. skill related. And it's not about that speed or agility, it's about flexibility, the range of movement that you have. So flexibility falls under health-related fitness because you need a certain level of health. Hello, lovely. I've got some little thumbs up going on the Facebook Live. That's lovely to know you can hear me and see me, okay? Pop a little comment in. I can't see any comments yet, so if you are commenting, then apologies. But pop a little comment in so I know that you're listening. That'd be great. And also, any questions you have? Or just a little hello, that's cool too. Okay, anyway, sorry. So back to sort of the flexibility side of it. It's just a case of remembering this comes under health related rather than skill related. The other side of this is body composition. Most people leave this out. or they see it as an option on their multiple choice questions, and they just go, can't be to do with health-related fitness. And then they kind of get a little bit stumped. But actually, it's not about getting stumped on that, because body composition, in order for your client to have a healthy fitness, health and fitness, their health-related fitness, they are fit in a health-related capacity, they need to have a good balance or appropriate balance between fat percentage and their muscle mass. So they have to have a good balance of fat percentage. They might have all of these things, all these top four, but carry an excessive amount of fat percentage on their body. And if they carry an excessive amount of fat, that means that they are they're not actually in the healthiest position they can be in, and that's because of the associated physiological risks of being obese, of carrying additional weight. So what we're looking for is, from a body composition point of view, that your client has an appropriate body fat percentage. So that becomes part of your components of health-related fitness. So there are five components of health-related fitness. Now, I appreciate that on Facebook Live, I believe this is going to be in mirror format. So you're going to see it in mirror image. I believe on YouTube you are all good. You can see it normally. Apologies if that looks a little bit bizarre in backwards. But as part of going through all of this, I'm definitely going to go through skill-related fitness. I'm going to give you a really awesome abbreviation, an acronym, so that you can remember this time and time again. And actually, I've tried it and tested it myself. I've tried it with clients, like learners, that are also going through their exam, and actually it's been really beneficial. People have actually got a lot from it. So definitely stay posted for this one in relation to skill-related fitness, and it will save you from getting all flustered and confused on exam day. The other thing about principles that I really like, that before I move on, that I just really want to share with you, is the fact that most people will need this information. Now, what I generally find is that if you haven't covered the basics at principles level, at level 2, then you don't necessarily understand the ins and outs when it comes to doing the planning side, and they're generally the people that will struggle at level 3, mostly because the planning and the variables and the components that you cover in principles is also really key. So actually, when we done a pre-launch of our Revision Mastery, there was a few people that got it for a very special price, and they basically have had some really great experiences with that, and they've got on really, really well with the Revision Mastery series. And there's actually a couple of people in there that are already qualified. They've already qualified. They just want the basic knowledge. They want a reminder of all of the variables and the components of fitness. They want to know about somatotypes again. They want to know about how you monitor intensity to get to a certain energy system and make sure that you're achieving your client's goal. And it was those basics of programming, planning, training, variables that actually people wanted to cover. So that's where this principles is also really, really useful and popular. That to one side. Skill-related fitness, really important. So I've done health-related fitness. Does anybody have any questions so far? Pop them in so that I can see your questions. I'm going to regret having just tried to move that. There we go. Okay, lovely. So next, skill-related fitness. This is the one that people get most confused on. I've written this up just to make everything nice and easy for you guys. But there is a really clear acronym. Now, the acronym to use is SPACER. So SPACER, SPACER. And this will help you remember, because there is a few more of these. Well, we've got 6 of them. So there's one more than the health-related, and you've got a list for the health-related. It's really good to have something that will just distinguish it. So think skill-related is SPACER. Now, the things for this is that you've got speed. So skill-related, obviously, speed, the speed that your client is going, can they go faster at it? It's a skill. They need to practice that, and it's a skill that comes down to the connection between their brain and the muscle. It's that connection between which makes it skill-related. It means that the more you practice it, the more myelin sheath gets wrapped around your nerves, which means that it actually becomes an easier pathway, which is skill related. So there's actually a book called The Talent Code, which is really, really great. So if you're remotely interested in this, then I suggest you read it. But essentially in that, he explains that it goes that when your nervous system is moving from your brain down to your muscle in order to bring about a movement, whenever we learn a new skill, so let's say a gymnast is learning a new move, a dancer's learning a new move, or we've got somebody learning a new type of golf swing, for example, when you're practicing that movement, or a football tactical drill, when you're practicing it, the first time you do it, that pathway's a little bit rusty. It's kind of like a country lane. So if you're driving down a country lane, as you're doing that, it's kind of a little bit awkward, isn't it? It's a little bit, takes a little while. There's some potholes, there's some obstacles. You have to kind of physically think about it a little bit. But the more you go down that pathway, the more you use that pathway, the more you practice that new movement, the more that pathway, that little tiny country lane, gets wider and it gets more streamlined. Now, what's actually happening in your nerves is that your myelin sheath, you lay down more all the way around the nervous system, all the way down that motor neuron, which means that you're actually able to, it insulates it more, which means that you get less interference. You're much more able to make that happen. Now, it becomes more automated over time, basically. So you learn skill from it being cognitive, associative, and then it becomes autonomic, so that you know it in your body. And that's like having a motorway connection. That's why when you learn to drive a car the first time round, you have to really think about it the first time, and like your tongue's all sticking out whilst you're trying to do it, and you're kind of like, I can't make it work. But then as you get better at it, more you do it, now you can do it driving along, eating a sandwich at the same time, maybe having a cup of coffee, sorting out the radio, not on your phone, obviously, and then at the same time driving with your knee. So you kind of get to this point where you actually get better at it. You get more automatic at the skill. So that's skill related fitness. Part of that is speed. Then you've also got power. Now, power is the strength that you have. Remember, we had strength over here. The strength that you're doing, usually a maximal strength, that is then with speed. So it's strength, so the force plus the speed equals power. So you need that acceleration to make it powerful. Agility, so think of something agile. I like to, it's a bit random, but I like to kind of think of a mountain goat, like that kind of agile up the rocks, that kind of really gentle bounding. That's agility. Then you've got coordination. We all need that, not just the sports people here, but we all need some coordination. Equilibrium is also balance. So actually, let me just make that balance. Now, in your manuals, it will probably be down as balance, but balance doesn't fit my acronym, so we're going to call it equilibrium. So in relation to this part of it, and balance in particular, you want to really be making sure that your clients are doing some sort of effort within training their balance. I don't mean you have to be doing a really complex press up on a BOSU. I mean, you need to be considering what support level do they have, and does it match where they're at and where they're going with their goals. And then finally, reaction time. And that's about how long it takes to react to something. The more you train it, the better you get at it. Now, with all of those lovely 6, it's worth me saying this is not just for those that are sports professionals or athletes. It's for those also, like if you take someone who's older populations. So lovely old lady comes into you and she just thinks that you're going to give her health-related fitness. Fair enough. And she thinks that you're going to give her health-related fitness, do a little bit cardio, get a little bit stronger on the muscles, a little bit of flexibility, get her fat percentage down. That's all 5. Yeah, perfect. But you also need to be including some of these 6, at least some of them. Now, really, she's going to be doing them all because they're the all components in order to improve the skill-related fitness. Now, why does an older lady, for example, need to be doing skill-related fitness? Well, it's kind of straightforward. It's going to stop her from having a fall. It's going to stop her from, it's going to allow her to be able to get to the shops quicker, because she'll be able to walk quicker, have more power in her legs, lift her shopping bags better. And I'm being really stereotypical. If she's got better coordination, she can maybe join in with more classes and exercise classes. She's not going to fall over as much. She's got better balance. Reaction time, she's able to react to things a lot quicker. So it all has a knock-on effect for all of our clients. It's just that you might train for those in very different ways. A way of training a beginner skill-related exercise is an exercise class. Like, the coordination involved in that, and honestly, you do not want to see me try and do Zumba. Same kind of approach. The coordination, the reaction, the balance, there's a certain amount of speed involved, there's definitely agility involved. So that's exactly the same. But if you put an athlete in that position, it's not appropriate. So you've got to pick the right type of exercises for that. So that's basically skill-related fitness. Spacer, easy way to remember it. Okay. Anybody got any particular questions about either skill-related fitness or health-related fitness, and the fact that these two together become physical fitness itself? So whilst you are having a little look at and popping your comments in, I just want to check a few things. So bear with me. Also, I hope you're having a lovely evening. We're like, hello, Kim. I'm glad you're joining us. So I hope you're having a lovely evening. It's not always straightforward, and I hope you had a great day as well. It's not always technology stuff. I'm just going to double check that we are working and all moving forwards. Kim, I'm glad you popped a comment in. That reassured me nicely. And for anybody else on there as well. Lovely. Okay, great, lovely. Okay, so, and we are doing all perfect on YouTube as well. Lovely. Okay, so a little break in the middle. Kim, do you have any questions in particular about skill-related and health-related fitness? And also pop in there about when your exam is. So for those of you that are working towards your level 2 principles of exercise, fitness and health exams, when are they? I'd be really, really interested to know. So in relation to principles of exercise, fitness and health, there are sort of 7 areas that you kind of need to be aware of. One of those is obviously components of fitness. Then you've got variables, you've got monitoring intensity, you've got, there's loads. So fantastic, thanks for the comment. I'm glad you're having a lovely day. And then alongside the, so alongside those, you've got components, variables, monitoring intensity. There's also a lot in relation to programming and how you progress a client through, and also understanding somatic types and different clients and different goals. But there's also an element all about healthy eating, which you don't necessarily, you cover the basics basically of health related and why you need a healthy, balanced diet. And I'm definitely going to do a video on that, because I've had a few people ask me about the specific starchy carbs question. And I know I've done a YouTube video on that, but I'm sure other people have a question as well. When I sent out an email a little, maybe about half an hour ago or so, saying that we're doing this, and also that we've launched our level 2 principles of exercise, fitness and health revision mastery series, I had a couple of emails back, and I just wanted to kind of run through their questions with you guys as well, because I know that there's a few of you watching now, and as well as now, a few of you are watching the recording later. So Jenny was asking that technophobe, is it okay to, is she still going to get anything out of using the revision mastery series? So Jenny, yes, it's okay that you are a technophobe. In fact, we have many people join us that actually aren't necessarily whiz kids on a computer, and that's fine. Although all your videos are housed, so all the videos, all 7 modules, are in video format, and they're all housed in a membership portal, and you need Wi-Fi access to be able to access them. But outside of that, it's just a case of click and play, and that will play just like a YouTube clip. Really, really nice and easy. But if you're not liking this kind of sit down at a desk, now it's time to learn kind of format, then you also have some buttons that allow you to then download it to MP3 and MP4, which is awesome, especially if you're a technophobe, which means you can basically take your module, upload it onto your phone. I was going to try and find my phone to show you it then, but you're on it, so it doesn't really work. So if you're a technophobe, you can download those videos to your phone, either as video or as audio, which means that when you're out walking your dog, when you're out, maybe when you're cleaning the house or driving, you can actually, and in the gym works really well too, you can still be listening, and if you're listening, you're learning, and it allows you to repeat it over and over and over and over again. Now, the beauty of that is that the way we teach it, and I'm going to sort of big myself up a little bit here, the way we teach it is in layman's terms. It's so that you understand it. Like what I've just been doing with the whole skill-related fitness. It's so you understand it. We want to make it easy for you. So you've got all that, but actually you still sometimes need to repeat it. You can't just expect it to be in there the first time it goes through. So it's really important to just repeat it through. And actually that's a really good solution for probably one of the other questions I had through. 2 other ones that I had as well. Same answer. It's the MP3 and MP4 downloadability of those modules are going to help you so much. So worried I won't fit it in. So this is for Mark. So Mark says, I'm assuming you're really busy, Mark, but usually when people say, I don't think I'll fit it in, they either have a very short time frame, i.e. their exam is in like 2 days or 1 day, and they just need to they're worried that they won't get their money's worth out of the revision mastery series. They won't get chance to go through it all. But each module is an hour long, just under, to be honest, somewhere between 45 minutes and an hour long, and that's because that's the time that we have for concentration. If I went much longer than an hour, you guys are going to get a little bit aggy and a little bit brain foggy. So it's really, really important just to be, moving it through and sort of so that it's less than an hour. So that's why we've designed it that way. So Mark, you won't fit it in. You will fit it in. So 7 hours worth of learning and you've covered it. Then you can download the cheat sheets and work your way through it. If you really want to save time, you could download the cheat sheets and do them whilst you're doing the video, or you can do them, like I say, afterwards. So you will definitely have time and you will be able to fit it in before your exam. And off the top of my head, I believe your exam isn't until Sunday, so we got plenty of time to fit in some those 7 hours of learning and even repeating and going through the cheat sheets. Sandy says, I have no time. Same point really with Sandy. This is just that if you use your MP3s and MP4s, you're going to be able to download them and create something called no extra time, net time. You're going to be able to go out and learn from listening in your earphones whilst you're driving or walking, etc. And that's where you create time out of space where you don't usually have time. If you think the only time you have to study is when you're sat down on your butt, can be really tough to fit it all in. And it's not just about that. It's about finding that time and that space, etc., as you work through it all. Fantastic. Okay. Also, Lisa, really good question actually, Lisa. So Lisa said, it's not my strength. So Lisa is a Pilates instructor from your email. Yeah, so Pilates and a couple of other classes, I believe, or learning to become one. But she obviously likes the Pilates and class-based approach, which means she doesn't necessarily come across all of these on a regular basis. So she kind of considers that she doesn't know it and that she's not got it's not her strength, or it's not going to be relevant. And I have to disagree. It's going to be really, really relevant, because this is the info that you maybe miss from your actual Pilates study, is to know that if your client still wants a goal, whether it's back pain, core engagement, they need to be addressing all of those in order to get it. It doesn't happen in just one little isolated area. And also, I mean, you guys have this all the time, I'm sure, especially if you're already a fit pro. In fact, if you are a fit pro and this happens, pop a comment in so I know what's going on. You get to the end of your class, and then your clients or your learners come up to you and they kind of go, "That was a really great class, thank you." Awesome, Kim. Thank you for your message. So Kim says, I've got all modules downloaded on my MP4 and have them playing while out on dog walks and while I'm driving in the car. Perfect. And Kim, I'm guessing that works really well for you, because you're writing it on here and you've got a little smiley face. So I'm guessing that that is a benefit. But I mean, let us know, has that been useful, going through it and being able to hear my dulcet tones over and over again on your revision mastery series? Because I'm glad that you've got those on your phone. Fantastic. What on earth was I saying? So yeah, about the Pilates side of it. So at the end of a class, I'm sure you've had it that your students have kind of come up to you, or your class attendees, and they've said, yeah, could you just let me know? I've still got this little bit here, and I just a little bit of extra advice about what I need to do. Well, that's where all of this info comes in. Or if they go, I'm finding class a little bit easy, you need to know the variables to make it harder. Or if they go, I'm finding it a bit hard, you need to know the variables to make it easier. And that includes overtraining. So if you notice somebody's not very well, you can step in with the overtraining stuff. So principles are still really, really important, even if you're not in a gym environment, like a class-based environment in particular. Really, really useful. So yeah, definitely. So don't worry that it's not your strength at all. Okay, so yeah, Kim says that she downloads them and pops them on her car, and also when she's out doing dog walks, and I'm glad that's very helpful. I also had another message back, and I don't have a name on this one, but they said that they didn't understand what a cheat sheet was. So as part of our level 2 principles of exercise, fitness and health, every single module, you've got your MP3, your MP4, you've then got a cheat sheet, and there's also some bonus material as well. Now that cheat sheet is kind of half-half. Half of it is really specific mock questions. So they're mock multiple choice questions based on the module you've just watched. So we're not going through stuff we've not covered in the module, and it's relevant to the exam you're going to do. So it's just and by the way, it's mapped to active IQ and CYQ, which was another question that I had earlier. So when you're going through it, having a look at things, it's essentially in that cheat sheet they have we've put in very specific mock questions. Now these mock questions are designed to help you check that you understand the content, pretty good place to start, and also get you used to answering mock multiple choice questions, because most of the time when people mess up on exams, they've done something silly, they've not read the question properly, or they don't understand the wording, they don't really understand what they're getting at, and that comes from practice. Bit of one of those skill related in there, I think. So yeah, that's that side of it. So yeah, the cheat sheet is half mock questions and half specific things that you can fill in. So like there's tables you can fill in to verify your understanding that are less like what you'll get on your exam, but a good way of testing you and testing your knowledge. We've also put in documents, so like you can download your PARQs, your program card templates, all that side of things. And like sort of poster information, so that you can print it out, chuck it on your wall, and then as soon as you put it on your wall, you're then ready to go. It kind of just allows you to practice, and we just made it as easy as we possibly can for you to learn, basically. Kim, out of interest, are you on the principles or are you on the anatomy and physiology? For some reason in my head I thought you were level 3 anatomy and physiology. But just pop that in so that I know where you're at with it. So yeah, so nice and straightforward. And if you have any, basically the principles revision mastery series is launching officially today. So that's partly why I'm bringing this information to you, to let you know. But also we've got a special discount on it, which will be open until June the 1st. Now that means, what does that give us? What, another 6 days, 7 days? So it's a case of June the 1st, the price will then go up, but it's currently available at £28. Now that's, you don't overpay it, you don't pay it monthly or anything like that. One initial payment and then you get instant access straight away. So as soon as you pay it, you get access. Then you can start revising, you can start listening, you can start watching, you start downloading stuff, and then you have access to that for life. So as a instructor, as a fit pro, when you qualify, it's not that one's finished with. You go back to it. So as soon as you finish, you can go back and check your variables, relearn it, and obviously as things update, we will update that system and as well. So you'll have the updated stuff forever. Now that's going to be £28 up until June the 1st. After June the 1st, it's going to go up to 37, and then shortly after that it will go up to its valued amount. Now the valued amount is £97. So you get a hell of a bargain at getting it at 28. So if you're remotely interested, then make sure you make the most of it whilst it's £28. I'm going to pop a little link in the comments so you can go away, have a little look at it. And as a result, you can then let me know what you think. So, Kim, anatomy and physiology and level 2 gym instructor, fab. Newbie in the sporting world. 2 months ago, out the blue, I was coaxed into doing a Pilates course, passed Pilates, and I'm working on A&P and level 2 gym. Fantastic. That's awesome. Okay, so you've done your Pilates side of it. And does that mean you've done your principals exam, or is your principals exam coming up? So let me know. And if so, when is it? Let me know what date you're on for your principals exam. And actually, all of your exams, so I know you've got A&P. When's your next exam, Kim? Let me know. Right, I'm just going to paste this into YouTube first. So this one on here is that I'm pasting in here now is the link to be able to find out more about the Principles of Exercise, Fitness and Health Revision Mastery Series and make the most of that exclusive offer whilst it's cheap, I think the word is. £28, I think it's immense. Awesome. So let me pop this one in here. '7th of June. Okay, so 7th of June, Kim. Okay, fantastic. So not that long, but long enough, hey? How do you feel about it? So those of you that are working towards your exam, it can be a little bit kind of freaky, a little bit scary, and I'm guessing that's what the question marks are all about. Getting ready for it. So 7th of June to do your principles and your anatomy and physiology for level 2, or just your level 2 anatomy and physiology. And also, what other parts of your gym instructing are you working on? That'd be cool. Happy to kind of go through. If you've got any other, and Kim, actually, as you're being so great and responding backwards and forwards on here, if you have any particular questions, then pop them in. So yeah, pop in some questions so I can answer them and get you ready for your exam. Okay. Fab. Awesome. Oh, for both exams. Perfect. Okay, nice. Lovely. Okay, so I've popped that little link in both of them. So on YouTube and on Facebook Live, you'll be able to access that little link, have a little look, and in that link you'll find that it's down at £28 until 1st of June. You'll also find that you all the details that I've been saying about 7 modules for the principles of exercise, fitness and health, etc. So please do take a little look at that. I'm going to hang on for a few more minutes and just grab any other questions that anybody has about anything, to be honest, and then I'm going to let you carry on with your evening. So if you carry on with your evening, then we can have another chat maybe Friday, something like that. Lovely little thumbs up, thank you. So it's, what are we on? Wednesday. I've had a bit of a crazy week, to be honest with you. I was up in High Wycombe again yesterday, doing some assessing for sport and exercise, fitness and health. Sport and exercise science degree. Make sure I get the title right. And getting them ready for their level 2 gym instructors, which was really cool. And I had some awesome ones there. So yeah, bit manic. But if there's a few of you that are here and you want to ask me any questions, I'll hold on for another couple of minutes and then I'll let you go and have your lovely evening meal or evening of any kind. So what have you got planned for the evening? What are people up to? And also, I mean, I can smell a barbecue happening next door, which is pretty tempting, I'll be honest. But I'm making a curry, so that's all good. So, any other questions? Fab. So it's been a pleasure this evening, everybody. I'm gonna love you and leave you now, but I will probably do another Facebook Live on Friday. Fridays generally work quite nicely for me and for most people, I think. I had a good response last one. So yeah, if you have any questions, please do ping them across, pop them in the bottom of the video, and I'll get to answering them as best as I can. Remember, we had skill-related fitness, spacer is what you need to remember, and health-related fitness. So make sure you remember those different components. 5 for health related and 6 for skill related. Yeah, you'll be well away for your exam. That'll at least cover you for a couple of questions easily. Yeah, best of luck with your principals exam. Kim, if I don't get to speak to you, then best of luck for the 7th of June. I'm sure I'll get a chance to speak to you again before that. But yeah, some real key nuggets on there as well in relation to your learning for your principals exam. So Vikas, thank you for your videos. They're great. Thank you very much. Thank you for your kind words. I do like these kind words that people keep putting in. I like all these thanks. They make me know that there's other people there watching. I'm not kind of just sat here on my own. Thank you. But also it's nice to know that that they're appreciated. So I'm glad. Vikas, do you have any particular questions in the prep for your exam at all? And then I will love you all and leave you all so you can have a fantastic evening. Vickers, I've just recognised your name. I'm sorry, I pronounced it wrong. We spoke on the phone not very long ago. Awesome. Okay, cool. I'm not seeing any other comments pop through, so I'm going to disappear and have my lovely evening. You have your lovely evening too. It's always been a pleasure chatting to you, and I hope that you, I wish you all the best. I don't need to hope. You're going to be fantastic. You're level 3. Okay, fantastic. I will do one on Friday with more level 3 type questions, in particular anatomy and physiology, maybe some nutrition. So if you pop some questions in here on Friday, I'll do another one for you. And then we'll put some answers to your specific questions in there. Awesome. Okay, cool. So health-related fitness, skill-related fitness, wrong way up. Make sure you remember those ready for your exam. Any questions about your principles of exercise, fitness and health, please do pop them in or hit reply. And also remember to check out that link that I've popped in the comments, because if you're doing your principles exam, it's definitely going to help and make the most of that offer whilst it's on until the 1st of June. I almost said July then. 1st of June. Have a great evening, guys, and I will see you on Friday. Maybe before if I fancy it, but probably Friday. Have a good one. Take care. Bye.